internationally known. You're about to smell my cologne. On the road to 40. Hi, I'm Jason Oliveira, and that was Ice Cube. What the hell is going on with Everything's Corrupt? This album was announced like 2 years ago. There was a release date of May of this year. It never came out. Now there's nothing. No information, no news. I mean, it's freaking... Oh, you bringing me a candy?
Yeah, I'll bring you a piece.
No, that's alright, sweetie. Mommy's in the bathroom, I think. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. I don't know where she is, buddy.
Mommy!
She's out on the corner,
Where are you?
walking the streets. No. Wow, where were we? Where is that album? I'm very upset by this. I really like Ice Cube. I'm a big Ice Cube fan ever since like Predator. No, right before Predator. The album right before that. Not Kill It Will. Lethal Injection. No, I can't remember what it was. Anywho, the one right before that I really liked a lot. And ever since then, I've pretty much been listening to Ice Cube. And everything he puts out, I like most of what he puts out. However, this new album, I've been waiting, and now he's showing up on, pardon my French, fucking Sesame Street. I think he's lost all his street cred. However, he's making a lot of money. So you can knock him if you want. You can say, hey, listen, Dr. Carl Mitchin, why did Ice Cube leave the hood? You know? Inside. Oh, I got bit by a zombie tonight, or some wild man running around. No, I didn't. I got that caught on something. I want to talk just a little bit about patience tonight, because I experienced it from both ends of the spectrum. My day was like literally black and white today. The first half of it was just awful day. I had to go into work this morning. Not for anything, well, yeah, for a few particular things. An ad that had to go over to the paper by 11 o'clock today. See, this is I love my boss, Danny, but he does this to me all the time. He gets a deadline for something, doesn't mention this project to me at all until like 2 days before it's due, or after it's due. And I'm like, that represents my art, too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to make a name out there in the graphic design world, or in any world related to art. And so he doesn't realize sometimes, I think, that that's really important to me, that I have the time to work on it, to make it look good. If you want me to do them, let me make them look good. And he definitely has some good input sometimes. Like, I forget about like the legibility of it sometimes, because I just want to create a beautiful piece of art. And then I forget that it's actually supposed to be telling people something. Nonetheless, though, I think we work well together. But I just wish I knew about projects at least a week ahead of time. Maybe 2 would be even better. But anywho, he's been a huge help ever since we've moved here, so I can't complain. But so I started this morning. I got up, fed the kids, fed the pets, and then I had to head out. Well, I took a shower, and then I headed out to work. I was there for about an hour and a half getting all that done, which is fine. Like, that's not a big deal. I knew I had to come in. That way I could have tonight off, which was Halloween. And let me tell you, my kids got a lot of candy. And by saying my kids got a lot of candy, I'm saying I got a lot of candy. We hit Boxwoods, which is just a little bit of an upscale neighborhood, I guess. Beautiful houses, wonderful people, great people in the neighborhood. But they give out the best candy. And we just got pounds and pounds of it. It's so easy in the neighborhood to just be like, oh, please, could we have a piece of candy, sir? What a weird fucking holiday. I wanted to read something to you in a minute, but we go to strangers' houses, knock on the door, and beg for free candy. Like, if there's an alien species hovering over the earth right now watching tonight, they're going, what the hell are they doing? Like, this is different from any other day of the year. That doesn't happen. That's not a common occurrence. You know what I mean? They must be looking at it going like, whoa. They're doing it again. It seems like it happens every 365 blip-blops. You know what I mean? They speak English except for when it comes to their terminology. So I got out of work. I had to run back to the bank because I owed my mother money. I had to get that out of the bank. Isn't that sad? Then I had to go grocery shopping. Now, I was gonna go to Sam's Club because I needed to get paper towels, toilet paper, dog food, and cat food, and that's about the only stuff I ever buy there. Just because we buy it in bulk because they go through it. We go through it quickly. But I got down there and I realized I needed a lot of things over at Walmart. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to go to Walmart today. I'm not going to take the time to go to both stores. So I went to Walmart, got all the stuff I needed. Here's where things get a little hairy, folks. There's chaos out there. Chaos. Oh my god. Never mind. I just thought of something, but I was wrong. Okay, so I get to Walmart. I did all my shopping, went throughout. So it took me about an hour because this is me and Carol both got paid today, so we felt a little rich. So we're like, all right, let's stock up on stuff that we need before we run out of money. Then I paid about $773 in bills. I still got to do about another $300, but I can't afford it. So what am I supposed to do? I'm not going to pay them, or I won't have food. I won't have gas. Like, sorry, if our phones get shut off, you might lose No, I don't need a phone for that. Phones, fucking phones. Anywho, so sorry, I got all the stuff in my wagon. I get up to the register. There's one person in front of me. Now, something told me not to go through this. Okay. We were supposed to meet up with some friends for Halloween tonight, and it was a little confusion, and it was silly, and so everything's fine. It's just, I don't know. Okay, so I've got about $150 in groceries in the cart. One of those items happens to be a bottle of red Moscato. A big bottle. And so they're ringing things through, and then she's like, oh, can I see your license? I was like, yep, no problem. Got it out, handed it to her. She's like, I can't take this. I'm like, what? She's like, there's a crack in it. Let me just show you. I don't want you to get all my information, but if I can show you without showing you. Yeah, I think I can show you without showing you, I think. Not like I really care. Not like I got nothing to hide here. Okay. We have these little hologram things in our licenses. Mine happens to have a crack that goes maybe a third of the way. Not even a third of the way through the card. However, obviously it's got my picture. Obviously it's a real license. Obviously this hologram is still there. Obviously I can confirm all this information on here. Obviously I don't look like I'm under 21. I wish I could say that I did. But this is the negative part of the patience that I want to talk about tonight, by the way. Clearly, I've gone to Walmart quite a few times, and I have bought alcohol quite a few times in my life. Now, mind you, I had already been to the BABC to pick up Capali, which was... No. Yeah, Capali. Nonetheless. Okay, so they don't even check my ID there. Well, it's probably because they know me there. Where everybody knows your name. And so, I don't know where that came from. So, I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, I didn't say that at first. I was just like, I was like, they always take it here. I never have a problem with it. And she's like, oh, I'm going to have to get a manager. I'm like, okay. So she keeps checking out all my stuff. Now, mind you, there's about 4 or 5 people behind me now. It's gotten a little busy in the store. It's actually very busy everywhere today. It was crazy. So, the manager finally comes over. She's almost done ringing up $150 worth of groceries, bagging it. I've got it in the cart. I take it out so the manager can see it. She's like, no, we can't take that. I'm like, I buy all the time here. She's like, sorry, that's the policy. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, I'm not going to go buy a new license or pay for a new license for just so I can buy a bottle of wine at Walmart. If I had been buying like $400 in wine, they wouldn't have said a goddamn thing to me because they want the money-hungry motherfuckers. That's why I'm not shopping at Walmart anymore. Fuck you, Walmart. Ooh, that was aggressive. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to flip you guys off. What's going on? No, I gotta talk about this. I'm very frustrated and I'm trying to get it out. I'm talking about patience today. I'll be out in a few minutes. That's Halloween, my friends. It's been a very active Halloween. Good Halloween. It really was. Turned out to be good. We'll get to the good part after. Thankfully, I get to give you the bad part now. And and they're just like, well, we can't sell this to you. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll be taking my business to Kroger. And I just left. I just walked right out. And then after the fact, I realized, yeah, she was being a real motherfucker. She was being a bitch. I'm not going to lie to you. Both of them. Like, this is ridiculous. Look at me. Look at these bags under these eyes, my friends. Look at this receding hairline. Look at this aging, old, decrepit, once would-be legend. I don't mean that. And I just left. And I thought, after the fact, I was just angry for the next hour, I'd say. Like, I was so angry. And I kept telling myself, like, this is not being patient. You're not being patient. Like, you know, if I put myself in their position, okay, the first person, I can understand them taking it to another level. It was a crack in my card. But there's no way that this is a fake ID. There's no way whatsoever that there's anything wrong with my license. It's all me. It's a picture of me. That's me on the license. It's my license. And so I lost it. And I still am a little upset. I still think that if I had been buying, I don't know, cheap beer or something like I was buying that very, very specifically. Like, I mean, come on. So nonetheless, I was frustrated at that. But if I put myself in their shoes, I still think that they were just being mean. But maybe it's because someone else was mean to them at some point. And I didn't do anything to help that today. And this is exactly the person I don't want to be. But it was very, very frustrating because this never happens. I never even get carded anymore. At the liquor store, the state-run liquor store, I haven't been carded there, and I don't know. It's been a while. If I go to a different one, sometimes I do, because there's like 4 in town, and only 2 of them I go to, well, not regularly, but like once a month. This is chaos tonight, my friends. So I started thinking about it all day, and I could have just dropped it, bought my groceries, and walked out. But, and I think this happens. I think this is the key to frustration versus like patience. Something happens chemically, I believe, when you get angry. And for me, it escalates internally very quickly. And I have to get rid of it. And the quickest way to release a little steam is to give a little bit back at whatever's causing me that stress or frustration. And so I did. I reacted. And I think I was pretty good. Like, I could have been a real jerk and, like, I don't know, pushed my card over or, like, got up on the terminal and started telling everybody how they shouldn't shop at Walmart. Probably would have got arrested at that point. But that was the nail in the coffin for me in Walmart. I don't care how bad I have to shop there. I will find a way around it. Today I did go back to the one near my house just because I had to stock up on a few things. But from this day forth, I'm pretty sure I am just pretty much done. I don't need that frustration, and I don't like supporting a company like that anyway. So, fuck them. Now, it taught me something today, though, and I don't mean to say this the wrong way. I was thinking about this the way I was going to say this before I started recording. And I didn't use patience where it was least needed, but I did where it was most desired today. We went trick-or-treating. Now, the last few years when we go out and it's a little cold or something like that, it can be frustrating as a parent trying to keep your kids, especially if you're with somebody and you feel like you need to keep everybody organized and stuff like that. I'm a very OCD organizational type person, and so I need things in order. And when there's chaos around, it drives me crazy. However, when it was just me, Carol, and Grayson and Griffin, the boys, I stopped. I said, you know what? Let's leave a little bit early. Let's go get some coffee and enjoy tonight. Then we got to where we were supposed to meet up with our friends, and they were running a little late. And our kids were just starting to go crazy, and we're like, you know what? We're looking around the neighborhood, and like, there's like 2 or 3 houses with lights on them. Like, if we go to Boxwoods, we're gonna get like mountains of candy. And the people are really nice there. I'm not saying that they're not nice in this neighborhood, but we decided, we texted our friends and said we were gonna head over to Boxwoods. Our kids are out of control or something like that, and so we did. And we were already getting stressed out because we thought we were running late. We just barely made it there by 6:30. And Like, we paid $10 for 2 coffees at Starbucks. I am not. There's another place I'm done with. Completely done with. I'd rather go to Sheetz, or I'd rather go to Dunkin' Donuts, even if it takes 20-minute ride out of the way. I hate Starbucks. I really hate the Starbucks. And it wasn't that good. Their pumpkin pie latte, spice latte, whatever, horrible. So, no longer shall I shop there. I'll take the time to go to Dunkin' Donuts. It's worth it. God damn it. If I get one more political donation request, I'm going to lose my mind. I am so fed up with politics in general. Let me wrap it up with something nice rather than frustration at the government. Which, it's so corrupt. Everything's corrupt. Everything's corrupt. And that's why I want that album to come out. Anywho, we took our time in Boxwood, and the families there, some like neighborhoods, the cul-de-sacs, that all get together in one yard. So you could just go to the yard, go around the path, and they were like grilling and cooking and eating. I don't think they were doing that for people because they didn't offer anything. But it was pretty cool. I was like, wow, look at all the buns and beers, and like one place had a bar set up, and I heard him say that, and I was so tempted to ask for a White Russian. I didn't though. I should have recorded some of it. It was a lot of fun, but sometimes it's tough when you're trying to have fun and think about recording too. Maybe I'll just have to get a mount or something like that for somewhere that doesn't stand out and get a GoPro. Maybe I'll do that. I'm not a huge fan of them because I like having a screen, but I think that's not the purpose of a GoPro, and I get it now. So, yeah, I might have to pick up something along those lines. Something I don't have to think about. I can just set to record when I feel like it and walk around. Oh. I'll get a helmet, like a hockey helmet, and I'll mount it on top. Anyway, my point being is, when I started getting stressed about going trick-or-treating tonight after we were waiting for a while for our friends and the kids were getting crazy, I just ultimately said, you know what? Here's the fix. Let's go to Boxwoods. Like, that'll get them back on the road again with a destination and a time to be there. And so we did that, and they were cool after that, and we got there, and Griffin, besides like maybe 5 minutes, we walked around for probably an hour and a half and went to probably 30, 40 houses, and every house was having good portion candy, like 2, 3, 4 pieces a house. Damn, that's Halloween. And we had a great time tonight, and they had fun. And every now and again, Grace and Griffin would just drag their feet through the leaves, and Carol would start getting upset, and like I'd start to be like, come on guys, don't make. And then I thought, you know what, that's exactly what it is to be a kid. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, yeah, maybe somebody raked up their leaves, but it's fall, it's Halloween, and if you have your light on, if you're the kind of person that's going to give out candy and enjoy giving out candy, then you probably don't mind that the kids are rustling on your lawn through the leaves. And there's nothing more awesome than that moment tonight. Sorry. When I realized, I don't know, that you can't let that child die. Like, why should I be upset with my kids for, messing up somebody's lawn when they're giving out candy and they know that people are going to cross the lawn, no matter how hard you try? We start with the kids when they're little like that, and we're like, okay, go up the driveway and across the walkway and go up to the house. But when you see like 1,000 other kids tromping across the lawn, you're like, just go. People were having fires, little fire pits outside, and just it was nice. We saw 2 of those huge wolf dogs. I can't remember what they're called. They're like literally like 4 feet tall. I was looking at 2 of them going, oh my god, they were pretty looking. Most of them that I've seen pictures of kind of scare me a little bit. That's the thing. All right, let me clear the air about something else too. I love all animals, great and small. I hate to see any animal come to harm, even though I eat meat. It's very, what's the bad word for that? You're such a hypocrite. Very hypocritical of me to say. But I do love creatures great and small. I think it's awesome. I think it's great that we live in a world of creatures all around us, that we can walk out in the woods and find salamanders and snakes, and go out in the desert and find lizards and hawks and all this other stuff. It's beautiful that we live in a world like that. And I hate to see that we're just cutting down so many forests, or just putting up so many like little residential, what do you call those? Not cul-de-sac, the gated community, whatever. and then we complain when like all these creatures start encroaching on where we live. Well, that's because we just ripped up their homes where they'd been hanging out for the last, generations or whatever. I don't know how we got on that subject. But youth, yeah. Patience bred beauty today. I don't have any better way to explain it, but I think that's my next print. A little kid in the fall walking through the leaves. Yeah, it'd be a good one. Anywho, thank you guys for always coming back. It's a cool day today. Good day. Even though it was a little frustrating in the morning. Did I make the right call? Most people would have reacted that way. I wasn't a complete jerk. I could have been way worse. It was bad. Bad enough that I'm, bringing it to mind going, okay, I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, the light's not on. Sorry. Turn that bitch on. Not like we're going to be here with each other much longer. I was actually just about to sign out. So, I'm working tomorrow. Sorry I missed one last night. I had to put the boys down and just didn't have a lot to say. Today was a much better day too, I think. Getting paid and being able to pay bills, it's just like this until you start getting the bills again. And that tension builds up in your back. Let's be kids. One more time. If you guys are loving watching these like I'm loving making them, please subscribe. Follow me on the Twitter, the Instagram, the Facebook at Jason, Geycen. Don't forget to make somebody smile tomorrow. Do your best. I smiled a lot tonight, and that's because of a lot of cool people in Boxwood in Lynchburg, Virginia. Boxwood off of Wigington Road. Make yourself a better person tomorrow than you were tomorrow. And let's make the world spin a little bit happier together. I'm Jason Oliver. This is the Road to 40. I hope you guys had a great Halloween. Hail Satan, if that's your thing. I'm sorry. I shouldn't bring that up because there should be no affiliation or association between that and, what's the same hand? That's a band, isn't it? I don't know. All right. A little too much to drink. Shh. You guys have a great night. I'm going to go hang out with the fam until they fall asleep. And I'll see you guys a little further on down the road to 40. Thanks for always coming back. Peace out.